collapse, he turned to an amazing transplant surgery. Extra shows you how he cheated death and saved his career. To a plastic surgeon, they are the most important tool, the hands. Like other surgeons, Dr. Francisco Bucio uses his to carefully thread every suture and tie every knot. But at closer look, Bucio is not like other surgeons.
Well, I think I'm a better surgeon than I was before.
Before was when Bucio had two normal hands. Look closely and you'll see the Mexican-born doctor has only 3 fingers on his right hand, a thumb, a forefinger, and a second finger. Remove the gloves and you'll see the forefinger and the second finger are actually toes.
For me, these are fingers.
It was September 1985 when an 8.1 earthquake hit Mexico City. Bucio, then a med student at the city's general hospital, was with his best friend in their room in the 9-story staff residence building.
Suddenly, the whole building just cracked, and you know, the four stories underneath me just collapsed, and the 4 buildings in top of me just collapsed over us.
Bucio was trapped face down in a fetal position underneath concrete rubble for 4 treacherous days. No food, no water, just hope. His friend lay dead beside him. Fear and hysteria overtook him.
I tried to pull my right hand, and I couldn't.
His hands were his life. Bucio had been training years to become a plastic surgeon.
You know, when I realized that I had like tons of concrete over my hand, I thought it was the end of my career.
4 long days went by before rescuers found the resident. They were ready to cut off his arm to free him from the debris. But luckily for Bucio, his brother told the rescuers not to remove his arm, saving Bucio's hand.
I was conscious most of the time, and at the moment they found me, I was having nightmares. I was very tired and dehydrated.
By now, Bucio's 4 fingers had to be amputated. His thumb still had circulation. Flaps of skin from his stomach and arm were sewn in to cover the exposed bone. Bucio's surgeon, Dr. Harry of San Francisco, made the decision to take 1 toe from each of Bucio's feet and transplant them to his hand. Here, Bucio performs a stitch holding the tweezers in his reconstructed hand and the scissors in his left hand.
I'm learning all the time. You know, I do more every day.
And Bucio has much more to look forward to every day. He and his wife Monica have a 2-year-old son, Sebastian. Monica says when she met Bucio a year after his accident, it was his appreciation for life that attracted her to him.
I think he's an inspiring person. I think a lot of people can learn from his experience and what he's done and what he's accomplished.
A lot of people are inspired by him. Bucio's plastic surgery practice in Tijuana, Mexico is booming. These women came to him for liposuction surgery.
Just because his hand is different didn't diminish his capacity as a surgeon.
He trusts himself so much. You have no choice but to trust him.
I'm more careful. I must be more careful. I cannot fail, you know. That's one of my obstacles. It had to be almost perfect.
Wow.
Talk about overcoming adversity. That is amazing.
Most of us can't even cross our toes. It's amazing. Even though he is missing his 2nd toe on each of his feet, he still is able to walk normally.
And one of his hobbies is riding a bike, and he has no problem holding on or pedaling.